Intro. What's good? What's good? We back live from Fayettenam, hip hop news and culture. Ilzy ain't showed up yet. Jones ain't gonna be able to make it. He got somebody in a friend in the hospital. Hope he's okay. So
Yeah,
it's
prayers up to
just
that, friend.
Mr. J, Big Face, and Paul Masson. And I got a topic for Big Face today. We wanted to do some Fayetteville topics.
Phil, you got it always.
So let me chime in my little banners real quick. All right, so my question for today was going to be, who is your favorite Fayetteville rapper not named J. Cole or Murray? And I actually want to start because I'm going to be short and quick with it, because I think I'm going to shock people. My favorite Fayetteville rapper is actually a member of Dark Side Camp, or I don't know if he still is or was a member of Dark Side Camp. I don't know if he ever dropped a solo. I don't know how many songs he actually recorded with Dark Side Camp, but it's probably not the members of Dark Side Camp people would think. Most people would probably say 30 or Shiggy or 40 Cal, who I used to freestyle with every day in the music class of 71st. But I got to go with P Crimes. P Crimes from Dark Side Camp. You familiar with him?
Also now known as Guapo Cash.
What's his name now?
Guapo Cash, and he's on that mix joint with Flurry Dope. That's
Okay. Crimes was like always my favorite dude from the Ville, man.
Dope writer, dope song maker.
Yeah,
man.
Just his punchlines, his metaphors, his delivery. I thought his voice was good.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but he got a line on mix where he says something to the effect of, I put some Folgers in my cup, I put some lean in my cup, I sipped it, it picked me up, and then it set me back down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just Crimes is the way, and the way he does it is just dope. Like,
yeah.
Guapo Cash, baby.
That's so he changed his name to Guapo Cash now.
Guapo Cash.
Okay, and is he on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube anywhere?
Not really, but you can find him on Spotify, and he's on the the Get Richer on the Be Good to Be Good at It album, the last album from 30, on that mix song. He's dope on there, and that's one of his beats too. So he produced it. I mean, but no, he's under Guapo Cash. You can find a lot of songs on him on Spotify and whatnot.
Yeah, like I had unreleased songs with him. It was a song with me, 30, P Crimes, my man Venom, and Ramel. And P Crimes was just, every song he was just always came correct. The lyrics were dope, the delivery was dope, voice was dope. You know, but I know he had that accident one time because he was in the back of a van or something, and somebody hit the van, and I got hit by a car, so I know how that is. And whatnot. But yeah, P Crimes was my favorite rapper. Not necessarily like, here we go, we got LZ. Not necessarily who I always thought was like top dog or putting in the most work or whatnot, but he was my favorite rapper. LZ's here. We're doing who's your favorite rapper not named J. Cole or Murray. Oh, and also not name yourself.
From the Ville, yeah.
From the Ville. Not name yourself. Favorite rapper. I'm going with Paul Masson.
Yo. So Paul Masson was just telling us that his was Crimes from Dark Side Camp, known as Guapo Cash now, also known as.
Yo.
Crimes.
My man Carolina Slim, man. Like last time I got up with him, man, he spit some shit for me. I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh wow. This nigga
Carolina Cool Slim is dope, super dope.
Yeah, so that's my favorite right now. They rotate, you know what I'm saying? Like I have different favorites, but what I listened to recently, I did a mixtape with him. Actually, I hosted his mixtape, Bars for Breakfast. And yeah, the shit was dope.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's got a lot of good shit out. So yeah, Carolina Slim, get my vote. Yeah. That's
So Jay, what you think? What you say, Mister? What you say?
Man, it's hard to pick just one. And I probably would go with a lot of older cats. I was definitely like Fran D. I definitely liked well, group wise, I definitely liked Character Assassins. I used to have their characters and egos. Single. Um, and somebody honorable mention out of my camp, Fifth Letter. He had a joint called the Anthem. This just a dope spitter. Like he said, Carolina Slim. I definitely checked out that Beats for Breakfast joint.
We had
Crazy.
five.
Yeah, he come with it. He definitely come with it. And there's a lot of talent in the Ville, man. There's a lot of MCs, man. They come and go. But as far as like the new generation, you heard that JT the Prophet? JT the Prophet, check him out. JTEE the Prophet. Matter of fact, I wish I had a link. I could post a link up there, but the raw video is dope. He's actually my homeboy's son. Me and Tamani and Taz was in a group in high school for a short period. But Tamani, aka Steven, his son Jared is JT the Prophet, and dude is nice. Dude is real nice, man. Him and he's down with Social Contract. There's like a group out of Fayetteville State. You heard of them? Social Contract
No, I mean, and definitely Cool Slim is a dope artist. My favorite, I mean, I got a lot, like they all say, I got a lot, but my favorite artist is Day Uno. It's just I connect with the emotion, and it's real close between Day Uno and Sonny the Star for me. And the catalogs, they both have large catalogs with lots of music, several albums, dope. And Day Uno, man, he emotional. You can attach the emotion to the records. Man, and he got several styles. I mean, the kid is dope. Yeah. Super dope to me.
Yeah, how can we not mention Black Watch though? What the fuck? Like,
Black Watch is dope, but the question was, who's our favorite rapper? Now, I mean, we could say I got a Hall of Fame, and he's definitely there, and you know what I'm saying?
Man, Zeph Lessons,
but who I listen to? But somebody I get in the car every day and listen to every day, or listen to several times a week from the Ville, which I listen to a lot of Ville music because in the new, the new and the old. And shout out to Bomb Shelter right here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bomb Shelter for real. So, but Day Uno, man, he got some poignant records. Like for my pops, man, the whole Numero Uno album, Fuck Being Humble, the NBA mixtape album he put on NBA 2K. He's got a record on there called Swish. That's dope. I mean, it's just, and he's from the Ville. He's straight Ville guy all the way. Has a shop on Cumberland Road, makes Unhumble clothing, the brand, the shop's called Cultures. It's dope.
Day Uno. I definitely got to peep more. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Some awesome music, though.
I'm not familiar with him either.
Check out that whole Numero Uno album, the Numero Uno. That shit is crazy good, dude.
Hey, Paul, you need to set it up where we can post the links to these, like in the videos, so that are like their Instagram tag, so people can follow them and shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can do that in post-production or whatever. But
we can, but y'all gonna have to help me with the research of all the artists that we need to post.
No problem.
Yeah, because I definitely want to go back and check out Day Uno and everybody y'all mentioned because we all are from different parts of the Ville. We all got different influences and stuff, so it would be good to exchange those. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm definitely we're over West Side bias because I came up on the West Side. I mean, and Dark Side camp because I have relationships with them going way back.
Yeah, so shout out Carando.
Everybody always says I'm Dark Side biased, but I mean they made a lot of dope ass music over there, man. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, for sure. They was killing it. They definitely was killing it at the time, man. You couldn't go in. If you asked around
2 years ago,
2000 to 2005, if you asked anybody what hip hop was coming out of the Ville, they were saying Dark Side Camp.
Well, still in 2021, Up South dropped "Be Good or Be Good at It." That album it's got 7 singles on it. It's ridiculous. It features a lot of good Fayetteville artists. Like Guapo Cash, aka Crimes, Cocaine Kev, Fayettenam Trap God, some good dudes on there, man. Dudes that are bringing work.
I was peeping Fayettenam Trap Guys videos recently,
I like
man.
that guy. I like him a lot.
I don't know. I just came up on like sometimes I'll go on YouTube
He
and
got the
I'll
best
watch,
ad-libs in hip hop right
yeah,
now.
I'll watch a video from Fayetteville and then I'll just let it flow, and that's how he popped up. You know what I'm saying? He came up in the algorithm because I had never heard of him, and I was like, oh yeah, this is.
I mean, these are guys like you guys. I'm amazed that a lot of MCs like you guys and legends that I talk. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are of our fucking era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They haven't heard of dudes that got like 2 million spins, 3 million spins on Spotify, like Block Baby or like Hollywood Hemi, or these guys got lots of spin. I mean, lots of streams. So they're doing really good for the city. And
Yeah, they definitely.
and their music is good. It's not no trash, trap crazy. These boys can spit now. But Carolina Cool Slim, Lamar McNeil, definitely.
Yeah, he got some
nasty
shit.
with it. Super great with the metaphors and smooth.
Yeah, he definitely got some shit. Yeah, motherfucking PFG though. Y'all listen to any Preface, aka Sweepstakes, aka.
Yep.
Yeah, yo, his latest shit is off the chain, man. He did an album with Salute called Fayettenam Alumni. I think on 420, Salute, Passport School, Black Watch, and PFG and Izzy Nice, they dropped all on the same day. The Barfather
so that Scoob shit is hot.
Yeah, Scoob
and Hood Mayor is banging.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like motherfuckers is active, motherfuckers is doing shit.
You have a vibe scene. Snipe Sinatra. That dude is made. He's a young kid. He's dope. I mean, there's a people know him as legendary Snipe. Some people, but I know him as Snipe Sinatra. But I mean, there's several artists, man, that are really dope right now. And then there's one.
Did anybody make it to the
fellas, y'all gonna let anybody else talk?
Yeah, go ahead, get in.
I'm gonna let anybody else talk.
Hey, get in there. Go ahead. It's your show, man. I'm just
it's our show. It's supposed to be our show, man. It's supposed to be our show.
I'm here though. I'm here.
You know. Yeah, I mean,
we need you to moderate.
If we go to new school, I gotta go Yola Rue all day. I'm Rue gang all day. So. But I thought we was gonna start with like the old school heads at first, but like we jumped straight into the new school heads.
Yeah,
it's just the Villes. What's active in the Ville? What's in the atmosphere? You walk in, you hear in cars or in stores when you walk in, or
kind of people we're networking with.
Yeah, what's in the atmosphere. I don't get out much though, so I miss a lot of local music too. So.
There's other cats out here doing things like Dipsy D, Also Talented. There's a couple other people that I've kind of networked with, just kind of in passing.
Hey, did y'all make it to the
artist? Got to be somebody who's like relevant. Do they got to be relevant to be your favorite?
Well, I mean, the relevant is kind of.
That's kind of why I went with Pete Grimes. Relative, if we were going like the most relevant favorite artist, I mean, that's different, But like that's like, what I'm saying, like we talking about, you said some names, Zeph Lesson and Bomb Shelter. It's like we skipped all over all the names.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about my favorite. Like this is my favorite artist. Like, okay, the artists are dope, but I can't say Black Watches. I like him better than Zeph or Bomb Shelter, better than me. I was saying that's my era. I mean, I thought all them cats were dope. I'm giving them flowers and props. But as far as they my favorite artists, they're my peers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you, P. I mean, I listen to your music too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I'm talking about these kids though. I really am one of these of the ilk of, I love hip hop and hip hop's history is great. And we need it needs to be put down on wax because it's never been done that. And that's why I'm glad people like Jay are doing that because it's never been done. But at the same time, we have a vibrant youth. Yeah, and I'm not talking about, I mean, shit, Uno's in his 30s. He been active for over a decade. It's not like he just popped up. We call them new kids. These dudes been doing music for 10, 15 years here.
Yeah.
Respect it.
Sonny's been doing it a hot minute and he's dope too.
Yeah,
Sonny the Star, am I the only one? That's heard
I know
Sonny?
Sonny from the BTS
No,
days.
I've heard of
We
Sonny.
did a show with him out of town in like it was like in Greenville, whatnot. Like we
Yeah, but I mean,
literally had an incident
stuff
at the
in the
club
last couple
pop
of
off
years.
with, cuz of Sonny. We had an incident pop off at the club cuz of Sonny,
What
Like,
happened? What was the story?
basically we was in Greenville, right? And we were supposed to be performing at this Coliseum. And I don't know if you remember Wise Entertainment.
Yeah, I
PK
had
and them. So they were out there, PK Wise Entertainment. And me and BTS, we kind of went half on our performances. So we was gonna split our performance. The show didn't go on. So we go to this club in Greenville. And I think that's East Carolina area, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, ECU.
When we pull up to the club, I was already a little nervous because when we pull up the club, they were searching cars. Like they were searching like underneath the seats of cars, the trunks of cars, and making sure nobody had guns and whatnot. We go in there, when the club let out, it literally like let out where everybody let out at the same time. And all I remember is hearing, "You don't got your guns on you now. What's up?" Because apparently Sonny got into it with somebody, and I guess in the club, and I guess he might have told him. I don't know if he told him he was going to shoot him or something. I wasn't there, but I heard that he told him he was going to shoot him. And everybody in the club knows nobody got no guns in the club. They just searched every single car. They searched every trunks. Fight about to break out. Cops come out of nowhere like cockroaches. I didn't even see where the cops were. They were just somewhere off to the side, spray us all up with mace and pepper spray, and it was done and over quick like. And plus, I used to live with Cali Kid, who was part of BTS. Like yeah, man, everybody knew everybody back in the days.
I didn't want you,
everybody knew.
But I mean, in the last couple years, you heard
Dog
Ass. You heard the songs, the track when he put Dog Ass, Starve It. The recent last few years stuff, he's put out some really good records.
No, and that's the thing. So out of all the BTS cats, Sonny's been the only one that's really still been working steadily to this day. You know what I'm saying?
And Fountain of Youth, dude, still look young. Dude, still.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He's light-skinned dude with green eyes. That's why the beat started with the female in the club, man.
Mr. Green Eyes with the suits.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Drama.
And then I also remember one thing that stood out too is when it popped off. I think one of the I think my man's brother come over there did the 26 Fayettenam. And that's what always gets us in trouble out of town, man. We leave our tags everywhere we go.
But that's part of our, that's part of our hip hop culture here is representing the city. So
no,
I mean,
that's part of our grimy culture. That's not.
It's been in every track, every album I've ever heard out the Ville, including national artists, has mentioned something to do with the Ville 26, whatever.
Oh yeah, somebody posted a comment. Let me ask you.
Just like everybody else from where they at. Shout out where they at.
Somebody posted a comment, and I had a question about this. Who started the ant from Fayetteville? They said.
Yeah, that's a good question. I want to know.
They said Project Stars started that. They're like, why didn't we talk about Project Stars?
It's prison stuff. So I mean.
Okay.
But, originated in the prison system.
Why didn't we talk about Project Stars? Because they started the ant, and we were shouting the ant.
Well, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have an opinion either way because I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, it's ubiquitous. Anytime you go to a performance in the Ville now, you're gonna hear
yeah.
You got the people going to say 26. The legend has outlived the origin. So
that is correct. That is correct. And I want to say this now, y'all. On a side note, when Spin the Block debuted, we did it at Cameo Theater. It was packed with our African American community from the city, hip hop culture from the city. It was sold out for Barry. And right before the film started, shout out Barry. Right before the film started, guys, when it was quiet and the lights dimmed and the film was coming on and you seen the drone shot of Fayetteville, I said, and I was in the very back, I said, and the entire 125 people at one time did it. And it was like, bring a tear to your eye, though. It was dope. And everybody was like, that was dope.
Yeah, we definitely got our own shit with that. That's definitely.
And he was right in front of me. He was like, that was dope.
Yeah, that's a Fayetteville thing, man. Like whenever you do a show here you gonna hear that. Whenever so it's ubiquitous, man. It's in the air. You don't even have to know what the origin is, but to feel it. You know what I'm saying? To see that it's a unity call. You know what I'm saying? It's like it brings everybody under the same umbrella.
Who here from my city? Who here from here?
Yeah, yeah. So if you anywhere else, if you in Raleigh, if you in Charlotte, and you say and
You're
two
gonna get a
people
couple
in
back.
the audience go then that's your people right there. You know
That's the black hat. That's the black hat. You got to throw up the hat.
That's the bat signal. That's the calling card. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, I don't know gang shit, but that's I'm repping my city. I'm repping where I'm from. I'm repping my history and my
But
culture.
gentlemen and Paulie, real talk. I want y'all's opinion on this. Well, how do you feel about the music scene right now in the Ville? Like what's coming out between, and I know Jay, you more on the historian side, you know what I'm saying? But how do you guys feel about it?
I love it. I love it, man. I love seeing the independent artists getting out and DIY and doing it themselves and grinding it out, regardless if they got 2 people at the show, 100 people at the show. I love seeing people express themselves. That's what they're doing. Like there is no outlet here. There's no like performance stage for people to go to. So
Yeah, not on a regular basis, really.
so they create their own. And that's the best thing is you creating your own, making it happen for yourself. Like Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And that's what they're doing. I love to see that. I love to see all the artists out here, and there's, I think with the younger artists, sometimes there's competition and it can be friction. Sometimes it can be static. But from us looking as mentors or looking from an older perspective, it's like, it's good to see that. It's good to see that people are still, expressing themselves and finding ways to get that music out there, and be successful with it. So successful is about your perception too. It's like, success to them is making a lot of money. Nah, not really, but reaching people, getting my message heard, maybe changing your mind, changing how you think about us or think about, the Ville. If I reach people, like you said, there's a lot of people out here with like 2 million, 3 million streams here in the Ville. So they're reaching the masses. They're reaching a lot of people. That's powerful. That's powerful. So I love it. I think the Ville scene is more vibrant than ever. And I think it's just going to grow as the city grows, as the population grows. And we're here at the ground floor. We, what I'm saying? We the founders. We the ones that, yeah, that's it. We the ones that trail, blaze the path for them to walk. You know what I mean? We walk so they can run, that kind of thing. So I love it. I love
What you think, Mr. J?
It's definitely, it's definitely more vibrant. It's definitely, more networking going on. I definitely love to see it. I love to see people kind of work together. And like you said, yeah, there's some kind of, I guess friction from time to time, but it's really kind of based off of, the double-edged sword of social media. You get the reach out there, but you also kind of depending on them to look at these lists. And that's the only thing that bothers me. Like, if you're doing it for the love, don't do it for the list. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be everybody's favorite. I know I'm not everybody's favorite. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people who love what I do. There's some people who could care less.
Yeah,
so
it's
you got to be able to do what you do and do it for love and not worry about all that. And network with everybody, even if they don't have the same sound or same movement as you.
That's what's up. We got the righteous over there.
Can I throw on my music promo hat? Can I throw on my music promo hat?
Well, but what you can do, P, is give me your opinion of Fayetteville's music scene.
This is what I'll say. I think it's better because they're benefiting from the technology we didn't have when we were coming up.
100%.
But they're not taking an advantage of what they have access to, I think, as much as we were. And the reason I say that is because as a music promo guy, I get all the MP3 blasts from all the companies. I see all the record pool releases of new music. I see a lot of things going on, like, and I never see anybody from Fayetteville's music ever hit my inbox.
What?
Yeah.
From like
But
the
I
record
mean,
pool.
the other part of
Like
that
I got
is,
like this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm a guy
But they
who
actually
people,
do get quite a bit. I have a, by the way, dope indie. Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
this
Go
is
ahead.
the thing. I'm a guy who people sell my email address so people can spam me to get on my playlists. And I get spammed every single day, man, from artists all over the world. But I never get nothing from nobody from Fayetteville. And that's the thing. And people from Fayetteville know directly that what I do. And it's
Well, here's what
like,
you
and
have to understand, man.
it's not even about spending money with just me. It's just I never see these cats really spending money with
Well, it's
anybody,
like
man.
this though. How about like, yeah, okay. They have a path that doesn't include Fayetteville. I'm gonna tell you that a lot of them do, as far as what they're feeling like music wise, but money wise, not music wise, because of course the
Yeah.
music are made in Fayetteville by Fayetteville. But I feel like we blazed the path though. We didn't have a path. Like we didn't know how to get on radio because they didn't play local shit on radio, so we got on radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't know how to get mixtapes because they didn't make mixtapes. Local motherfuckers, we made them. So we had to beat the path down. They have several paths they can take, and the J. Cole path was to leave Fayetteville, go blow up 5 years later somewhere else. So I mean, it ain't like I expect
But you
cats
can
to be
leave
paid.
Fayetteville without leaving Fayetteville nowadays. Nowadays, you can leave Fayetteville without leaving Fayetteville
That's
because of
true.
the internet.
That's true. That's true.
And I don't even see
But
them
that's
taking
why I'm
advantage
saying
of
I don't
that
think
enough.
that they really, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's about networks, and you cats name artists all the time that I haven't heard yet. I'll be writing them down or taking a mental note because I'm gonna check them out. But that's a network thing. Like
Yeah.
I've only not heard them because I ain't never got an email with their music, never saw them on Facebook with the music, and now I heard them, I will. And when if I like them, of course, that's what it's. But Paul, you could be just one dude removed from cats getting emails from, because I do get like emails from new artists or artist releases on Dope Indie Gmail that I set up a couple years ago when I was doing internet radio.
Yeah, I mean, the main way is you got to go to these shows, man, support them.
Yeah, man. So who went to the now? Anybody go to the 910 show last weekend?
I missed it. I wanted to go. I heard it was
Didn't
off the
even know
chain.
about it.
I didn't go, but it was anybody here in that show? Nobody. Did you go?
Well, I
didn't even
couldn't
know
go
about it.
because I was doing a table read for the next Barry Williams movie, plug the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's called. This was. I'll think about it in a second. But we've been reading. I had
Not
a
to be
table
played
read.
with.
Yeah, not to be played with. Look at you. Sorry about that. You're not to be played with. Absolutely. And I wanted to go. I told Uno, I was talking to Uno, and I said I'm on my way. And then I looked at the clock and said I can't fucking go.
Yeah.
I got a table read. So
yeah, I hate I missed it. I generally try.
The videos was dope, and I missed Hoods and Passport School, but I missed that because I wanted to see that.
Yeah, I generally try to make it to local shows as a fan, man. I don't go as a DJ or as a as a music entity. I'm just going to enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see the artist perform. So generally, that's and the way I know about the shows is from going to shows previous, following one artist, and they have a crew and they got people that they work with. I follow them, and it just branches out. So I know a lot of local upcoming artists just from being at the shows, man. Just going to participate in the art and the music. So that's how you get that email. That's how you get them. That's how you get that local music, is you seek it. You got to go find it.
That's the only way you're gonna find it. But you can. I found this. If you go on YouTube and just search Fayetteville, you'll find mad MCs and good shit, older shit, like good shit.
It's right there.
When I was researching for my radio show, I found a lot there, and then I would just branch from finding that to other things.
Y'all heard of
Kaboom Holy? I heard on there, and I don't know if y'all heard of Kaboom Holy. We never mentioned him. I don't know. He's like a brother with dreads. Like he performs to the white skater crowd. Has a huge following of hundreds and hundreds of thousands.
I might know
Oh.
his face, but I don't know him. I don't know.
He
But
does. He's a
y'all,
stick up boy.
you ever heard of
Stick
Rotation
up
Love?
kid, right?
Y'all
Still
heard of
kid.
the group Rotation Love? It was I think they broke up, but it was Joey Vio, Redden, Yabs. I think they was from like either like the Cape Fear or Southview region, but niggas was nice. The kids was nice.
hey,
Like,
how
yeah,
about this? Y'all gonna remember all these names to tag them in Facebook?
yeah,
Yeah, I got him on my shit. I mean, yeah.
Since y'all brought it up,
yeah. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of MCs in Fayetteville, though. There's always rappers or artists that want to express themselves in an artistic level. The other thing too, man, I know we on hip hop, but music is music, and there's a lot of live music in Fayetteville. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like Louis is dope. I like to go to Louis every now and then, check out the band out there. Fucking Marley's got a live band every Friday and Saturday night, and they band is jamming. So, like, from the band, people that's, you know, you're gonna meet people that's in the producers or people that's in the music creation. So,
Well, man, I fuck with it locally is Lotus Sun. I don't know if y'all ever heard of them. It's a black rock band. They dope as hell. I mean, Lotus Sun is dope.
my nephew's band, but he's not Fayetteville, they're out of Seattle, but they the shit. They the shit down north. Check them out. They've been doing it for almost 20 years now, but it's like a rock band.
Patty's a lot. Patty's, yeah.
Yeah, Patty's. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit to do. That's what I'm saying. There's shit to get involved with out here. There's shit to do. You know. I always hear people shitting on Fayetteville like it ain't Fayetteville this, Fayetteville's whack or whatever. And I'll be like, y'all just don't know. It's shit to do.
Everything out.
Paulie, what you do? Next, Paulie, moderate us, Paulie. You gotta rein us in, brother. All animals.
Yeah. It's hard to moderate y'all cats, man.
You gotta just step in, bro. You gotta step
easy,
in,
man. What were you about to say, though, Mr. J? Mr. J, what was you about to say?
Yeah, before we get to that, I was saying I was going to try to.
You were saying what?
I'll be right back. My phone, man.
I was going to go ahead and go to the 910 thing. I actually was going to try to. I heard about it months ago, and I was going to try to see if I could perform out there, but I actually ended up going to the LL concert. That got booked that day. Because it was supposed to go. Actually, supposed to be on the. I think it was supposed to be on June, and then it got rescheduled for that day. So I wasn't able to try to do the 910.
Yo, how was the LL concert?
It was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, the whole setup with the Roots was dope. I was definitely glad to see the Roots in live. That was my first time seeing them live. It was interesting seeing De La Soul, live. Yeah, without True Boy.
So how did they do that? Yeah, how did they do all the True Boy's verses?
Well, he kind of did, parts of his verse, parts of the song, but just his verse with Dove, and of course, Black Thought was out there, so he did some of the True Boy's parts. You know what I'm saying? So I had seen them, years ago with True Boy in Cat's Cradle. So it was interesting seeing them again without that.
That's one of my lifelong regrets is missing De La Soul live. I seen them. They had came to Raleigh a couple years ago. I was gonna go. I didn't go. Now I'm never gonna be able to see them live, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm never ever going to be able to see Tribe Called Quest live or Run DMC. Yeah. I got to see Run DMC live, though. I did see Run DMC live here in the Ville. They came with the Alcoholics and Jay-Z back in like 94, 95. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, live shows, man. I love them.
Well, let's take it back into history then a little bit. Like back in the days when cats used to perform all the time, we was doing all these open mics. Who do you think really stood out to you amongst like all these other rappers? Was there anybody that stood out?
Man, I'm gonna be biased. I love
you can be biased. You can be biased. Yeah, go ahead.
I love my man Doc Verse. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my partner in rhyme and shit. So I've only seen a couple of his performances that were like, he gave it his all. You know what I'm saying? He went out there on stage and like really tried to kill it. So but as far as like, there's so many, man. It's so many people.
And it didn't even have to be
Yeah.
performance. It could have just have been like his presence or something. Because I'm gonna go with a presence. What about you, Mr. J? Anybody that stood out? Like you always thought, like, damn, this cat just looked like he's bigger or better than everybody.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Because I
There's
got
so
one.
many.
He used to come to Fayetteville all the time. He's not even really from Fayetteville, but he always came to Fayetteville. And I used to be like, damn, this dude just looked bigger than everybody. And that was that cat Glock Styles. He was from
Glock Town. I remember Glock Styles. Yeah, I remember
he would
him.
come in with like more women than anybody.
Josie
His
Moe.
music sounded.
Yeah.
Josie Moe.
I'm glad you brought that name up. That dude came to Fayetteville one time, man, and he showed us up so bad, yo.
He came to Lumberton one night to open in Lumberton for who the hell was it with the beard Freeway at that crazy club. He showed up with like 25 carloads from Durham.
Yeah, Bull City.
Deep. Yeah. Came through deep.
Hood motherfuckers.
No,
yeah,
well, let me tell you
down like that.
Josie Moe comes through Fayetteville.
You know, I was friends with Paulie Snubnose at that point, who they were partners. They were 21st Street Records, and Josie was their artist. And they had the place called the Planet Rock in Raleigh, where everybody went and recorded. It was dope. He had Night Road to Justice League over there back then. Lots of artists, and they really reached out. And he dug the Fayetteville culture. You know, I would say that Paulie Snubnose and Josie always said that he felt like Durham and Fayetteville were a lot alike, like hood cities. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Funny you mentioned Paulie Snubnose. I almost forgot about Paulie Snubnose.
Yeah. Another white dude for you, big face.
Hey, he was dope, man. You can't sleep on Paulie.
Hey, what about Eddie Ruger from Greensboro?
He's dope. He's dope. Definitely.
Another one. I know they came through the Rock Top and tore that shit down a couple years ago. So
that boy can rap.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Yeah.
Did a joint with him. Once upon a time.
I'm on the Hispanic and white, so you know I got the both angles here.
Bienvenidos. Supposed to be doing a joint up in Greensboro, November 18th.
You got a
Eddie
show?
Ruger supposed to be popping in. Yeah.
What's up?
He's still doing his thing.
Yeah, still doing his thing up there, no doubt. Eddie Ruger.
Wow.
Shouts out to Eddie Ruger. All right, well, new cats. Who's any new cats that just seem like they're just the top dog. They're just better than everybody else.
Who?
Are you gonna go with that? You gonna go with that one cat, that Uno cat, the new cats, as just being the cat that just.
I mean, he'll tell you that he's a fashion designer now. He ain't even an actor rapper. He'll say, I mean, right now, being bigger. I don't understand the context of that. Really, to be honest with you. What you mean bigger?
I think Maserati.
Just the perception. Like when Glock Styles came through.
These streams.
Yo, something wrong with your mic, man. Your mic keep going in and out. Yeah. Just like sometimes cats would come through and not be better, but would look bigger.
I mean, Bobby Moolah is the hottest artist for me right now in the city as far as right now heat. He's in soundtracks. He's starting movies. He got albums out. He's getting a lot of streams. You look hundreds of thousands of streams and TikTok following, and he has a lot of content, a lot of songs.
Yeah, he's doing his thing right now.
I think him, Yellow Rue, Maserati Santana.
Santana, I mean, released a little music, but he's building that brand of On the Rise with the several different podcasts, the main one, the Uncensored, a few different ones.
Is that cat from here?
I believe he's based here, so I don't know if
Okay.
he came up to the schools or anything. I don't know particularly about that, but
Word up.
Where y'all want to go with it?
Is that my phone died. I realized it was low, and not all my shit that's usually connected to it ain't. So that's
Yeah, I'm just here for the conversation, man.
well,
Listening and learning, man.
what I wanted to ask about is
Yeah, you had a topic,
Fitty,
Mr.
yeah,
J.
Fayettenam Saint Omer, who used to go by who was one of the Justice League, one of the Justice League cats,
Okay.
had a just kind of question for that he posted on his Facebook, just kind of for everybody, DJs, journalists, rappers. He said, for all the times that we complain about the state of hip hop and how bad it is, what is it, that we could do to bring forth some kind of change? Or what is it that everybody's doing, that can kind of name for themselves to bring about some change?
who want to go first.
You can have it.
Like, what do you mean, like change though? Like, is it kind of like the change in the sound, or like what do they mean? Like,
I think there's
Just
something. There's a lot of different genres. I don't like complaints like that. I don't want to change anything. You know what I'm saying?
right?
I wish better venues for live shows. I wish they would band up the top three cats and make shows together, and where you wanted to go see just two cats, not 20. I don't want to go see 20 cats, man. I want to go see
Yeah.
3 acts, and I want them to do 30, 40 minutes apiece. I want it to be
full sets. Yeah, hop on the stage, do one song. Nah, man, we don't need that.
do 5, 6 songs. They got them, so do 5, 6 songs. I want Block Baby, Sunny, and Passport bill, or Passport, Sunny, and another hard rock on the same bill, and that's it. You don't need 15. You could have the Wolfpack, Sunny, Passport. There's your mini. Go do a bunch of clubs
Give
like
them
that.
enough room to breathe. Give them enough space to really display what they got. They can pull out their 5, 10. If a 30-minute set or an hour set really shows the performer, it really puts them to the test. It says, "Yo, you got 60 minutes up here. Stand up. What? How much is like a stand-up show? It's like 30 to 60, depending on how much material you got."
yeah,
Yeah,
good,
so
good comedians got at least an hour worth of material.
that's what I'm saying. These rappers need to come with more. Their shows need to be like that. Their shows need to be an hour and dope. You know what I'm saying? And have complexity and levels to it, and it should move. You know what I'm saying? Just coming out with one strip club banger and be like, "All right, we done." You know what I'm saying? Like, come with do some shit. Give us a show. That's what I need to see.
Yeah, so that's what I would change, and get a few cooler venues that ain't so damn steep. Seems like all the venues we get is trash. Can we have some new nice venues that would allow local acts to do a show, and boom.
Most of the nice spots be like, "Nah, I don't want these rappers on my stage."
Because they're afraid of fights or whatever.
No, because look, white clubs have fight. Everybody has fights, but that crowd spend money. They're afraid of our crowd because our crowd is cheap as fuck.
There you go.
Drink and like that. They want it now. If our crowd came and spend money, people don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you right now that if they get money, they'll fix all that other shit. But I honestly have heard that from promoters. You know what I'm saying, and from bartenders and people in the services. Pop, like what I'm saying.
Can I hear that question again though? Because I think y'all got a little bit straight off a little bit.
What would you change about Fayetteville's local hip hop scene if you could?
That wasn't the question, I don't think.
Shit.
Oh, no, he was saying for everyone, fans, DJs, journalists, rappers, and podcasters, for all the times that you complain about the state of hip hop and how bad the music is, what are you doing about it to bring forth change, some kind of change?
But I don't complain about it. That's what I was saying from the beginning. I don't. I think
I'm in the same boat. I don't have no complaints. I don't understand what they're talking about.
What I don't like.
I do understand what he's talking about. I totally understand what he's talking about. Because there was a rapper named Simba. Y'all heard of Simba? He's not from Fayetteville, but he's like an up and coming artist. And he was talking about something like this. Like, he's kind of in the realms of underground hip hop, plus he sings. And he was saying, like, why is it when I'm with a legendary producer, you know, we hanging out, we chilling, we talking about family, we eating Popeyes, and then 3 days later, when it comes time to do the song, your label's calling me and like, yo, $80,000 for a beat, 1 point on the record, and we want to own the masters. That sound like some label shit. That sound like these hip hop producers, these legendary old school hip hop producers.
Well, 100%, they've been
labels, and that's got to change. That's got to change.
Circuit.
You can't beat these. You can't beat these new up and coming artists over the head with these prices when you know they can't even afford them. You know what I'm saying? And you need these new up and coming artists to keep your sound alive. If you got a certain sound,
your sound gonna die. I mean, there's so many different avenues. For me though, like when I run into a brick wall, like something I don't like, it's so easy nowadays to go around it though. So I mean, when we was coming up, you had to go through that brick wall and find a way to shake hands with. You know what I'm saying? But now, man, these kids, like if a producer hits me up say I want 8K, kick rocks, bitch, I'll find another. And if you got a hot product, so let's just talk about independence for a little bit. Yeah. So Joyner Lucas has never signed any contracts with any label.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. No, yeah, he did. He signed with it for a year.
All right, well, whatever. 1 year. Success was made through independence.
Yeah, and, but he didn't stay on long though.
Huh?
He didn't stay on but like a year. It was 1 year and that's it.
He's still crushing it right now.
I know.
He dreams.
But he did sign with a major for a year though. We can't put out false info on the podcast. We got to be factual. He did sign with a major label for a year. It didn't go too well. It was that one album with the album with the phone number on it. That was a major label album. And it didn't go too well because it was all the records was like commercials hell, and then it was off the label and straight independent since then.
The first record Ross got
that's the
well, yeah.
The question is this though, like you're saying that producers shouldn't charge much or the labels shouldn't put all these prices on these artists, and you know, Faces like, do it yourself, make your own beats. You don't need the fucking label. You don't need the fucking
everywhere.
You don't need the cosign. You don't need the industry. You don't have to be in the industry.
Now, look, it's mediocre. If you're trying to sell something that ain't gonna sell, yes, you need all those cosigns. Yes, you need the beat by Premier. Yes, you need the $75,000 feature because you're trying to get paid off something that ain't hot by itself.
And if that's the case, you fucking start wrong anyway.
Hey,
you start in the hole.
But I never made a record that I felt was hot like that. Like this is it. You know, I love making music for different reasons or whatever. I still love to write, but I think as a musician, I never made that record. If you made that record, like if you know this is hot, then your motherfuckers gonna like it. Which I've heard plenty of Fayetteville artists, they have that record in their possession.
But that's the thing. When you have that record and you don't know the value of that record, it's like, yo, I got this record. All the coaches swoop in and be like, yo, I'll give you 20 G's for it. I give you 50 for it right now. And motherfuckers be like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I never seen this kind of money in my life. And then the record go on and sell like 20, 30 mil. And they be like, what the fuck? Yeah, oh shit. So like, yeah, you know, you gotta be confident in your abilities, and you know, not only confident in your abilities, but know your worth, know what you got, and you know, and there's nothing wrong with working with people. There's nothing wrong with working with people, but like I was watching a Sauce Walker interview, and he was talking about his ownership, and you know, all of the albums that he's put out in years, and how he does his label. His 50-50 with all of the artists that he signs. He gives them half of whatever they make. And, you know, he gives them their sales, you know, their streams report every month, their taxes, all of that. You know what I'm saying? He's completely transparent with his artists, and his artists help him. They, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they're all on the same team. They feel like he's not, it feels like they are actually benefiting. It's not lopsided. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I'm giving you the opportunity to make it seem like I'm doing you a favor, when really I am preying off of you. I'm predatoring you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that's independent label though, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, and the thing is the problem is every artist is just trying to get a major deal, man. It's like they don't really want to go the independent route because there's work in the independent route.
It's working anything that's good.
We got it saying in the music promo business, don't watch us work. Like, if I'm getting your song played on radio in Greensboro and you still in Fayetteville,
what are you doing?
You watching us work. Don't watch us work. Get your ass to Greensboro and promo while you out there. Go to the radio station, let them know, yo, you playing my joint. Let me get the interview. After the interview, go try to find who's the show promoter. Yo, they playing my joints many times. You just did an interview. What's up with the show? But it's too much watching people work, man. I see it all day long, man. Every day, man. As a music promoter, it's like people pay you for promo and they sit back and they just watch you work, man, from afar with binoculars. I'm telling you, it's like from afar with binoculars. They're not even.
Well, because they don't have a book, and they need to be able to kind of.
You're right.
Really kind of put their stuff together and understand how this business works. If you're gonna get your record played, you need to be getting booked or putting your own shows on. You need to be traveling. You need to be networking with other people. You need to be speaking to everybody you could speak to as soon as that radio hits that area. And none of the people, they just want to put a song out. Oh, if I put a song out, I'm gonna get rich. No, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I'm from the school that the product got to be dope.
No one's gonna give you $1 million if you ain't busting your goddamn ass working. If this ain't a lottery, this is music business, and a lot of people feel like it's a lottery. Like $100 grand, motherfuckers gonna want $100 grand out your ass. Same with $1 million. If you ain't, them boys working, they have 20 hours a day, they have 18 hours a day, half the time traveling, half the time doing shit they don't want to do. Yeah, it looks fun as hell from the outside. The road sucks. So there's a lot of money on the road. That's where the money is when you make it in the music business on the road. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to dominate. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I'm listening. Speak on it.
No one's going to give. That's what I think the main thing is. When you talk about the money part aspect of hip hop or of cats that don't want to put no work in, as you say, Pete, while and watch you work, they don't understand the work that's involved.
Yeah.
And they're never going to make it. So.
I also think, like, coming from our time, something I never saw a lot of is artists booking the venues themselves. We were always relying on the big Abes and everybody else of the world to book the venues.
Well, that's the one thing I never did. I never allowed, waited on somebody else to book it for me. I put on my own shows, and I never understood, waiting for somebody else to do it when I can go ahead and do it myself. I just don't understand. It's kind of like, if you wait on something, it's like waiting on Jesus. I mean, I don't understand how you're going to figure it out. You got to be able to go out here and do it yourself, be able to know what's going on, know the people you're talking to. Because if you're waiting on somebody else, they're the ones who are going to get the benefit from it. You're just going to get, maybe you get a couple minutes on stage. Maybe you get this, that, or the other.
Maybe shot the bomb.
That's it.
Would you say waiting on them is like waiting on who?
Like waiting on Jesus.
Jeebus.
Yeah, man. It don't even gotta be one artist just booking the venue. I mean, it could be 2 or 3 artists, 4 artists putting in the money together and bringing their fan base in, together, because it's easier that way. Because you got more people trying to bring, 100, 200 people through the door at $10 a pop. Because you can rent a venue. You can get venues at $200-$300 back, especially back in the days. I mean, small venues. I mean, $200-$300 on a small night. You could just fill it in between 4 people, bringing in somebody. you know, and move on to another one. I've seen an artist like that's been touring for like 10 years. It's called the Get Money Stop Hating Tour. I mean, he does all these small little venues, but every single year he got them lined up and he headlines them, and artists are paying to open up for him. And so they're pretty much paying for the venue.
Well,
And, you
you
know,
can get some artists to pay for that, because some people don't want to
yeah.
do that. Back in the day, I used to try to get people, you know, hey, let's go out here. All you got to do is sell 5 to 10 tickets. You know, sell 5 to 10 tickets. We get these people in the door. Oh, well, it sounds like a scam. What?
Once
How you
again,
gonna
I think
work?
that's an individual promotional problem because when I've been involved in doing shows in Fayetteville with local artists, we've been able to put 100 people in there. So, I mean, I haven't seen that, but it takes the promotion. It takes inviting. It takes, you know, spending 2 weeks on the internet. You know, it ain't like when we did it. We pressing flyers. We going around the barbershops. You know, we going to Paradise. We going trying to get on the radio to shout it out on the call lines that we're going to be doing the show. Now it's about, you know, getting them invites, creating that event, you know, engaging with that public and saying, hey, you going? I mean, making sure you talk to 200 people so that 50 people come, you know. But when we threw the memorial concerts 2 in a row in 1 week for 30, man, there was hundreds of people there through the internet, through a network of local people. And it can be done. I mean, I don't know.
I think another problem is something that Mutate God. I did an interview with Mutate God, and he changed my outlook on a few things. He changed my outlook. Yeah, he changed my outlook on streaming.
I love Wheat Straw.
He changed my outlook on streaming, you know, and whatnot. But he changed my outlook on a couple of things, and I think something he said is the artists need to stop trying to sell the music first. I don't really care how great your music is or good it is nowadays. You got to try to sell everything else first with your name on it. The t-shirt, the cereal box, the chips, and he even said something, he threw in toilet paper, and it really made me think even more like, what do I need even more than anybody's music? I need toilet paper more than I need to Mutate God toilet paper as a necessity more than I need just anybody's music, just necessity wise. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell the necessities first and then try to, oh yeah, I got that thing you might want to though. You know, because the music business has always been like a legal dope game. What did Jay-Z say? The rap game is nothing like the crack game. And he sampled that from Nas or whatnot. It's like a crack game, man. It's like a legal dope game. You're selling a product, man. And the best product to sell is the product that people need nowadays and not the product that people want.
I don't agree.
The first product.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. Because what's the motivating factor to buy all of those products? It's the music. If you didn't listen to the album,
nobody's buying music. Nobody's buying
you're not
music.
a fan of the music, then why would you even want the logo on anything? Like people buy Wu-Tang t-shirts because they love the Wu-Tang album. That's the reason. That's the whole reason behind the merch is the connection to the music.
You're not understanding the dope game. You're totally missing the dope game, man.
I get what you're saying on commerce. Like, yes.
No, you're missing the dope game.
Music doesn't sell. Music doesn't sell like it does.
It doesn't, because it's free.
Right. The music has got to be quality for anybody to give a fuck. It has to be good music. If it ain't good music
I can't tell.
If it ain't good music first, then the rest of the shit ain't going to sell either. Nobody gives a fuck about the rest of the shit. They want to hear.
Well, for the longevity piece, yeah, the music has to be quality.
That's
right. Absolutely. Who can't agree with that? If you ain't got the product, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. It's like out here trying to sell dope and you ain't got no dope.
If you think about dope game, if the smack is not getting you high, you cannot resell it. If it's not,
yeah, I mean, you got the empty pockets trying to sell crack.
If you ain't got the dope shit, if your shit is stepped on, it will get around quick, and nobody will buy the second back.
You're going from a biased view of just the crack and the dope hip hop that you like. So people they like this trap
Guys,
stuff,
you're gonna excuse me because I'm having problems with
they
my
go crazy
and
for this
everything
trap
else.
stuff.
Like this is can't hear shit, hardly hear. So phone is on 40% has been. I've got it plugged in, but it just ain't going while it's doing all this. I ain't about to do shit.
All right, but yeah, the shit gotta. The music is the main reason why we having this conversation. It's the main reason why we having this conversation is the music. Like
I get that, but the music is free nowadays. You don't gotta buy it. It's not selling. So you gotta sell other products to really keep it going, man. Like you said, the music is not gonna last that long. So if they're not selling the bag of chips and the cereal, which could last longer, they're gonna be screwed.
Nah. How does the bag of chips and cereal last longer? You just mentioned two consumable items. Chips, you open the bag, you eat the chips, you throw the bag away. Cereal, you open the bag,
they
you
need
eat
food.
the cereal,
They
you
need
throw the box
food.
away.
People don't need music, man.
You listen to the music, you save it in your cloud, you go back and listen to it again and again. And 30 years later, you still like the low end theory is the shit. You still like that. 30 years later, 40 years later, you still like, you know what? I like La Bamba by Los Lobos. This joint is actually kind of hot. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, do you know how many songs are being released? You know how many songs are being released every day, Zester?
It's a lot of It's a lot of disposable music. I get what you're saying. There is
100,000 songs a day.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much to keep up with. But the great shit always comes to the surface. The great shit, and sometimes it takes longer for the great.
A small portion right now.
Because a small portion is good. Because only a small portion is actually quality shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's the cream will rise to the crop, right? The cream will rise to the top, man. The good shit will eventually show itself. Motherfuckers didn't like Parliament Funkadelic when they first came out. It was like, what the fuck is this weird shit? You know what I'm saying? People were not fucking with it. 50 years later, they the vanguard. They are the best funk band that was ever, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, like in 72 or 73, it was like, man, what is this bullshit? A lot of critics was like, what is this bullshit? So, I mean, it's subjective, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own preferences and tastes, but the quality shit lasts the test of time is what I'm saying. And in order for you to be successful in music, you have to aspire to make quality shit. That's my point.
Most of the quality shit's not in our genre though right now.
Man,
it's in other genres.
There's a lot of copycat, a lot of repetitive
of quality music.
And the technology actually does a disservice to the artist now because it's so easy to just whip up, you know what I'm saying, to turn on a computer and copy what you hear. And so you get a lot of repetitive sounding, or a lot of people use the same instruments or the same drum sounds, or the same. It's like to move, to expand, to incorporate. As a DJ, we incorporate genres. We pull music from all over, from all the genres to create hip hop. At least in the early stages with sampling, it was your record collection made you a dope producer because you're pulling from all genres. You're getting it from everywhere. And so I think somewhere in the 90s, you know, when it got to its peak of sampling and the money, the business made people sour to it because people were getting sued or they weren't getting any money from royalties because of the sampling. It was like, well, we can make our own music. We don't need samples. But sampling is the history tie. It's the tie that makes you go back and figure out, you know, who Cal Jader is, or Herb Alpert, or you know what I'm saying, all of these old jazz records, or all these old funk records, or all of these bass models from people that are now dead, that you know, generation that have died on, but that the legacy goes through the music, through the sampling. It goes through, or even taking styles and building off of them. You know, soul, neo soul, hip hop, hip hop, trap, drill. You know what I mean? Like there's those are subgenres that have been, you know, birthed over time from the original. So I mean, yeah, and like you're saying though, nowadays, man, it's probably like 10,000 songs or 100,000 songs that come out. Everybody has the ability now to record a track and send it to everyone as soon as they finish with it.
And you know who else you got to compete with? Because I just seen it might get nominated for the Grammy. The Weeknd and Drake AI song.
What?
Which was
Yeah,
actually
that's crazy.
and this is
I
what they're
saw
trying
that.
to say now. They're trying to say that they're trying to call this a new like artist because they say some guy wrote the lyrics, took the lyrics, put it into the chat GPT or whatever, had the AI sing the song with Drake's voice and Weeknd's voice. But since he wrote the lyrics, they want to say, oh, he's an artist. There's people in the industry saying he's an artist.
Well, you know, corporations always try to cut out the worker. They always try to figure out a way
They're going if they could cut out
that's what I'm saying. They
artist,
always
they
want to
will.
figure out a way to make more profit. And if they don't have to pay Weeknd and Drake or any artist, if they can just throw an AI up there to do the job that they're paying a human to do, it's just like the auto workers and robots or anything else with technology automation. It's going to put a lot of people out of work. But at the same time, you know, that pain will cause a cultural shift. It will make people either, you know, stand up to it and be like, look, we're not going to permit you to use our likeness like that without compensating us, or you need to, you know, shut down the whole operation. And usually I've seen with technology that there's no stopping technology.
Yeah,
There's
good
no
luck with
stopping
that.
technology.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr.
Well, I mean,
J?
that's why the actors and stuff are on strike now. You know what I'm saying?
They're
All
on
that
strike.
AI.
You think the artists need to go on strike? What do you think?
Man.
Well, we don't even
They
have
don't
a
got a
real
union. Yeah, they don't got a union.
We
Yeah,
don't have a real union. The
and
RIAA
that's
is
intentional.
for the radio
Yeah.
stations.
Yeah,
I mean,
intentionally
the
designed
whole
that way.
Grammy system is for the radio stations. That's not for the actual artists.
So that's got to change, right? That's got to change, right?
Yeah,
the
that's got to
infrastructure
change.
got to change. Yeah, the compensation methods got to change. Just like with streaming apps, so you know, you used to buy physical records. Now, you know, when an album comes out, everybody can check it either on Spotify, or Tidal, or Apple Music, or whatever, and they get way less of a percentage than they would if they sold a physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
But some people still buy records to support the artist. Some people still go to shows and buy tickets to support the artist. People buy merch to support the artist, like you were saying. So, I mean,
that's why
yeah,
I prefer exclusivity.
changed. The infrastructure has changed as far as how music is distributed to people and how we consume it, and most people feel like they're entitled to, like, oh, you dropped the album, send me the link. I can look through it right now, and I paid my Apple Music subscription, so I get your album and everybody else's album this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but shit, Mos Def and Talib, man, they did a thing a couple years ago when they dropped the second Black Star album. And they made it exclusive to Luminary. And the Luminary subscription was like $40, right? And they were like, you know, the Bugs Bunny mathematics. Like, you know, how the fuck did somebody look at a penny and say you deserve a fraction of a piece of a penny for your art?
You say they did exclusivity? They did an exclusive thing?
Exclusively for Luminary. For Luminary.
What does that mean?
So that you could not access the album anywhere unless you bought the vinyl or you paid a Luminary subscription. And that was a yearly subscription. And Luminary is like a podcasting.
Yeah, I was wondering what that is.
Yeah, it's like it's an app. Basically, it's a streaming app for podcasts, and for Dave Chappelle has a show on there called the Morning Show or something like that. But
Midnight Miracle, the Midnight
Miracle. But I guess they had worked out a deal with their return was fairer than all of the other sharing apps, so they used that because it made sense to them. It made sense to them to use that. So that's what artists have to do. They got to be like, you know what? if I want to make money off of this, I have to forego just being, taking the quick buck doing what everybody else is doing. Most Def knew his value. He was like, shit, people want to come see me here. This is where I'm at. I'm not anywhere else.
Well,
Bandcamp. You see me at Bandcamp. I think what's that one cat? RJ Payne. All his shit was just on Bandcamp
big
for a
fan of
while.
him. Big fan of him.
Yeah, so it was like, if you want to hear, you support the music, meet me here. This is where it's at. Them other places ain't paying. If all the artists that's the problem, is the major labels have already cut the deal with the streamer app, so they bring everybody they got with them. But if you're not there, you make the deal directly with the streamers. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going through an intermediary, if you're not going through a label or somebody who knows best or whatever, you make your own deal. But it's for whatever makes sense for you as an artist. Some people are better at business than others. That's just all it is. So, but I think we were talking about the value, I guess, value in music. It's still valuable. It's still people making a good living off of being an artist.
If it's exclusive, like you said, that's why Ryan Leslie is like, shouts out to my guy Chris Roker from Dizzle. We always talk about this. Exclusivity is the way to go, the Ryan Leslie route. I mean, he makes so much per show, so much. He sells physical copies, he sells digital downloads. If
you gotta meet him at his, but you gotta meet him at his conduit. You don't have, you're not going through Apple Music or.
If you throw your music in the middle of 100,000 songs per day and you ain't standing out, good luck.
That's
good
the other
luck.
part.
That's all
the
I
product
can say
has
about
gotta be dope, but you also gotta have the business acumen. You gotta know how to promote and market that shit. But the product has got to be.
If you ain't got no budget, you can't stand out in a sea of 100,000 songs per day without some kind of budget, man. You got to have something, man. 100,000 songs a day, it's a lot, dude.
That's a lot. And just think about that. That's every day. So if you're not
80, and let me throw this in, 80,000 of those are rap songs. So it's not pop that's oversaturated or rock or R&B or Afro beats or dance. It's just hip hop and rap. 80% of that, 80,000 songs per day, rap songs. It's hip hop is oversaturated.
That's the other problem, is everybody.
Well, it's not even just saying. Well, it's things that are categorized as hip hop. Because I can guarantee you, 90% of that isn't good.
Yeah, it's under that belt. 80% of all hip hop and rap songs is.
And that's the problem. People don't respect, and most of these people are probably outsiders. The majority of them don't respect the culture. They don't really have any regard for it. They see it as kind of a hustle. So they put out songs every day or put out, a mixtape.
It's all about analytics.
Within 24 hours, and they're trying to manipulate the system. So
it's an analytics game.
I feel like if you love it, it's gonna come through in your music. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna consistently work at a goal. You're gonna consistently put music out if you love it. You're gonna stick with it. And so, I mean, and that should come across. A lot of people, there's a lot of artists that, we feel like should have higher accolades than they do, but you still love their music. You know what I'm saying? Even though they didn't sell 1 million records or whatever, they did what, so that's what I'm saying.
For example, can throw me a name. So I know
there's so many like unsung heroes in the rap game, man, that I love, that just do them, like fucking Quelly Chris, Homeboy Sandman, fucking there's a lot of like underground heroes, man. Fucking Madlib, no, well, Madlib's probably sold millions of records by now, but Freddie Gibbs was underground for it now.
Yeah.
Every time I got a new Gibbs tape, he's on the major now, but early on he was like, yo, this is that raw. Danny Brown. When I first heard Danny Brown, I was like, oh, yo, this that raw, and it was unsung. I know he probably didn't sell 1 million copies, but it was. I still go back and listen to the hybrid at least once a month. Like that's my shit, so it's like, the the accolades are what we see, what we perceive as success is perception. Everybody can't be, everybody can't be Jay-Z. Everybody can't be the top dog in the game. But, if you're consistent with it and you love it and you're doing it because you love it and you just got this urge to express yourself and to make art, eventually it'll pay off. Trust that. It will. Eventually, even if it don't pay off in your lifetime. Look at Pop Smoke. Look at so many rappers die before they even blow these days. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, crazy. But
I would argue though, not too many people nowadays. Because I think Mr. J would touch on something with that too. Like I don't think a lot of these cats love it nowadays. I think it's all about the money. It's solely about the money and the fame and the social media, attention, and that's really it. I don't think there's too many people that really love it like we love music, and not even just hip hop music. Because I'm a Nirvana cat. I could go for some good R&B. Whatever.
It's funny you mentioned Nirvana, man. So I had this meeting the other day, and I met this kid. He had a Nirvana T-shirt on, and I was like, "Oh, so what's your favorite joint? What's your favorite Nirvana song?" I always ask whenever I see a kid wearing a band T-shirt. I'll be like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? Tell me about him." And he's like, "I don't know. I just like the design on the shirt. I didn't even know it was a band." I was like,
wow.
You're gonna get a lot of that nowadays.
You're gonna
get a lot of that nowadays. I seen a video showing a bunch of kids where you ask them like the T-shirt they wearing, name a song,
yeah.
and they can't name a song, man.
I mean, like, it should be a requirement at the store. It's like, before you buy this shirt, listen to this song. And then see if you want to represent that.
I'm glad you brought this up. Even the consumers, the new consumers, that's how they consume music nowadays. They don't even know songs of their favorite rappers nowadays like that. They don't. That's how it is with all the music. They're like, oh, I don't know. He's cool to me, or like you said, I like the way the design looks, or I like the way his hair looks, or I like the way he did this. It's never really the music nowadays.
Yeah, so I ended up sending them a link later. I was like, yeah, check this out. This is Nirvana. This is Come As You Are. That's my favorite joint. I mean, I like Smells Like Teen Spirit. Everybody says Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's
the easy one.
No, Come As You Are is my favorite joint too.
But yeah, I like Come As You Are. So I sent them the link and I was like, listen to that. Check out the album. You know what I'm saying? That way, next time somebody asks you about the T-shirt, at least you can say you've heard the music. You know what I'm saying? So that's our duty, man, is to educate these youngsters.
It's about time for you to get ready for work, man.
It is, man. Marley's Cafe and Lounge every Friday night, 9 to 2 a.m. Ladies' night, come out, have some drinks, listen to the band, listen to me spin. I'm gonna be doing my Soul Train thing. I might slide some hip hop in, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be trying to sneak it in, but people be getting mad and shit, you know what I'm saying? I remember one night I was in there and dude was like, I don't know how I got on it, but I played Don't Fight the Feeling by Too Short, and this chick was jamming to it. I was like, okay, all right, so I got somebody on the hook. And then I started going into like Dre and Snoop and all of that shit. And I thought I was jamming, but then like people's face was starting to get kind of like, when you gonna play some new shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, people get upset. I don't know, man. You gotta read the room. That's what DJs do, man. You gotta you gotta play to the people that's in there. So that's what I gotta do when I gotta go to work. So I'm about to get ready.
Go play some King George for me.
Marley's on Yak and Roll, man. Come out and see me Friday nights, every Friday.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace, fellas.
Peace.